In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. My name is Sajjad Hussain and my metric number is PED 0085/21R. Today we are going to present a topic in front of you. It is about the SDG series. The topic we have selected is about the moral education of sustainable development. Basically, it is a comparison of university teachers' perception in China and Pakistan. My supervisor name is Dr. Aziza Umar, and I have another team member with me, and she is Taiba Sayed. She will first introduce herself, then start her presentation. Now over to you, Ms. Taiba. Please start it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sajjad. My name is Tayyaba Sayed, and my metric number is PET 0089/21. And my supervisor name is Dr. Noor Haslina. So I am going to formally start the presentation. Please play the PPT. Sustainable development is promoted when the system of education provides the learners with an opportunity to equip themselves with moral values, skills, and competences that assist them in affecting personal and community positive changes. Education is complete when it leads to the individual's entire growth, which includes not only mental but also moral development. Moral education for sustainability is to inspire, propel, and equip the learners with adequate skills, awareness, and values so that a sustainable future can be produced. It was mentioned in a report of UNESCO that communities today are gradually losing traditional ethics and values. And this report also showed concerns about the increasing number of disputes arising in a global context, where the disputants refuse to try to resolve the disagreement through peaceful means. Therefore, the purpose of the education in the current scenario, inculcating peace and harmony among countries, has been very difficult. Next, please. Teachers play an important role as moral agents, and students consider the teacher as a role model. The understanding and beliefs of teachers regarding moral education plays a very significant role in grooming the personality of the learners. So many studies have been conducted to assess teachers' perception about their skills, abilities, and knowledge, but they did not include values in such studies. However, there is strong consensus found in educational literature that values play an important part in teaching morals in the classroom. Next, please. Now, I'm going to discuss about the moral education in Pakistan. Every nation in the world has formulated its moral standards and codes in a unique manner. So in Pakistan, the foundation of moral education are based on state religion, which includes Islamic values, history, and tradition. The sustainable development in Islamic ideology is to fulfill all human needs in all generations, including man's duty to himself, his fellow beings, and with the God. The primary goal of morality is to enable students to conduct their lives according to the morals that Islamic literature preaches, which are usually referred as ethics or Islamic studies. Next, please. Now, what moral practices are going to share in China? In China, the concept of moral education mainly emphasizes the education of citizenship. Moral education is regarded in a wider context as a political philosophy that relates to the transmission of political ideas to the student and the general public at large. The role of Chinese teachers is to translate moral knowledge to action and equip the students with real life problem solving skills. However, the awareness among teachers regarding moral education is very low. Their major focus is transmitting subject knowledge, and moral education is somehow missing. Next, please. Now I'm going to discuss the purpose of the study. So, the purpose or aim of the study was to compare the beliefs and the role of the teachers regarding the aim of moral education for sustainability in China and Pakistan. Next, please. Here, we raised we have come towards two questions. The first question is regarding what is the concept of moral education and what do teachers link about their practices of moral education for sustainable development. The other question, which we are going to address, will be what values teachers consider necessary to teach and what methods they usually apply to teach moral education for sustainable development. Next, please. Now, here we'll tell you about the objectives of this research. To, First objective is to determine the differences between the perception of Pakistani and Chinese teachers regarding the concept of moral education for sustainability. And the other objective is to determine the difference between the methods that Pakistani and Chinese teachers use in the classroom for sustainable development. Now I'm inviting my other member to please continue, tell us about the hypothesis and about the analysis.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Ms.
over to
Taiba.
you, Mr. Sajjad.
Thank you so much. Now, I will tell you about the research hypothesis. Basically, on the theoretical design of the study, a set of hypotheses was formulated to examine through the empirical data, which is as follows. As there is no significant difference between the perception of Pakistani and Chinese teachers regarding the concept of moral education for the sustainability. Uh, Second, we see it is about there is no significant difference between the methods that Pakistani and Chinese teachers use in the classroom for sustainable development. Now we come towards the methodology, which is the very important section of this study. Basically, if we look into the research design, it is here we have used the mixed approach. Basically, it is a combination of the qualitative analysis and the quantitative analysis. In qualitative analysis, we have used the interactive model. This is the interactive model. If you look into this model, first we go for the data collection. That after the data collection, the data is displayed, and if you look into this diagram again, the data collection, the data reduction, and the data display has direct and inverse direct relationship. Then we come towards the conclusions, the drawings, and the verification of the data. After going through this, we move towards the data collection, how we collected the data. If you look into this table, there we have the respondents, and we have actually due to the confidentiality of the data, the researchers here we have assigned just the numbers to the participants. Now, the analysis of the observation and interviews. For the analysis and of the observation, actually, it is divided into 7 themes. The first theme is about the value focus, the value and values and the student cognitive level. Then promoting classroom discussions, critical thinking and problem solving approach, concept of moral education, teaching method, and basis for the selecting method. On the basis of that, we get the data from the teachers and the researchers. Now, when we come towards the finding suggests here responses of the 12 tertiary teachers were collected from the Pakistan and Chinese from qualitative analysis. As earlier I have explained to you, 7 themes were constructed that were categorized on the basis of teacher practices in the classroom and their beliefs regarding the moral educations. For qualitative analysis, we see 300 teachers were used, and the findings suggest here that that most of the majority of the Pakistani teachers hold a conservative mindset. And according to the Pakistani teachers' perspective, sovereignty of the divine laws, loyalty of the constitution of the state, and a sense of serving society were the ultimate aims of the moral education. If we look into the conclusion, this study on comparison of university teachers' perception in China and Pakistan about the moral education for sustainable development revealed that the institutes, in the institutions and most the teaching and the learning practices are not, you can say, conducive to the we can say to the preparation of morally developed persons that contribute to the sustainable development of the country. When we look into the EFL classroom, basically is an appropriate for supporting the goal of moral education for the development. However, we say that the integration of moral education in EFL textbooks and classroom is still in its early stages. So hence it is necessary to include cultural, universal and moral values in the language teaching and Islamic studies. As I think it will promote a globalization as well as the intercultural and international communication. Secondly, the teachers must be trained and equipped with modern methods and models while teaching moral education into the classroom, following their social cultural needs. Uh, uh, so we can say the adoption of such methods and programs would enhance the socialization and the critical moral reflection in learnings. The findings of the study for the future, if we look into the future research directions after going through this research is about this study has implication for future research in the field of English and foreign language and Islamic studies in higher education. So that was all about the presentation, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doctor, for giving us the opportunity to present this topic in front of you. Thank you, Ms. Taiba, for presenting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.